Why is King Arthur such a fascinating story? The tale of King Arthur is as old as it gets. First portrayed in Welsh sources, Arthur emerges as the king of Britons, who led them in their struggle against the invading Anglo-Saxons after the retreat of Roman Empire from the island. But even after centuries, when this legendary king was said to exist, his story continues to captivate our mind and imagination. Why is that? In this video, we will explore that. The story of King Arthur existed in poems sung by Welsh bards, as we discussed earlier, a warrior who fought against the Saxon invaders during the darkest period of Britain. After Romans withdrew from the island, they once considered something which straight came out of myths and legends. These fragmented poems were brought together by Geoffrey of Monmouth, who told the story of King Arthur in his 12th century book Historia Regum Britanniae, or History of the Kings of Britain, for us not cool enough to speak Latin. In this he depicts Arthur as King of Britain who defeated the Saxons and established a vast empire. This is the book which introduces the king as we know him today, and later authors would add on top of the solid base prepared by Geoffrey. For example, French authors added romance, chivalry, and the quest for the Holy Grail, thus making the story richer, and the list of accomplishments of King Arthur and his subjects, as well as the depth of his character, deeper and deeper. With every edition, he became something closer to a perfect man, but not perfect enough, which might sound like a paradox, but it is not. It just makes him more complex, and that's what I think has latched onto people's psyche. You see, despite being the ideal man, King Arthur is kinda relatable to a common person. Let me explain. His story begins not as a royal who was destined to greatness, but as a rather unknown foster child under Sir Ector. Despite being the true heir of the crown of Britain, he was hid away by Merlin as the death of his father plunged the whole country into chaos and war. All this death and destruction, chaos, gave rise to a prophecy. A prophecy about a sword stuck in stone. It was foretold that only the true heir to the throne of Britannia can pull the sword out of the rock. Many nobles tried, many great warriors tried, even some claimants to the thrones tried, but none of them succeeded. The sword even refused to budge. And then came our little Arthur, who was there to see what the commotion was about. One thing led to another, and he found himself standing before the stone. He reaches out to it as if the sword itself was calling out his name, and then effortlessly pulls it out. This leads to loud gasps in the crowd, with people wondering if the whole thing was a hoax. I mean, how can a child pull out something that even big bulky men and warrior couldn't? It can't be real, can it? All of these speculations were laid to rest when Merlin appears and announces Arthur's true heritage. And thus our little lad starts his journey to become the king. King Arthur, a nobody, an underdog on his adventure to claim what was his by right kingdom. A throne. A king who has to start from the bottom. But things were not perfect. Not yet. 11 rebel kings soon rose against the rule of Arthur, and he has to go on a military campaign to subdue them and to secure his reign. With his skilled leadership and support of his loyal knights, he wins the war and brings peace to the land. A true leader, someone who can move minds and souls of the body, someone who inspires others and gives them hope. Now, hope is a very strange thing. It's a medicine for dying, and Arthur is an ultimate hope merchant. Even later in the stories, and spoiler alert, when he quote-unquote dies, he's taken to the island of Avalon, where he rests to this date, in a state of limbo, somewhere between life and death, promising to return at the England's greatest hour of need, giving masses hope. Hope is strange, it's contagious, and it's something that we all need in our lives. We need hope so that when we go to sleep tonight, we look forward to the next morning, and I think that is the reason that makes the legend of King Arthur so captivating and undying. Guys, if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. I also stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/AlvinGraham. I'm a VTuber. Don't get scared by that. I do not bite. Thank you for watching my videos. I will see you guys later. Bye bye. See ya.